I have two sievers here. A big one and a tiny one. This one you can do to sieve flour in big amounts or other stuff. This one is for just small things like sugar or cinnamon, whatever you want to sieve. Now, why am I showing these two? Am I going to bake a cake for you? No. I'm going to do something much better. I'm going to give you some knowledge, and I'm going to use these two sievers to explain it onto you. Okay, first of all, you use these because there are some elements you don't want. Okay, let's explain that first. There are elements you don't want. For example, if you have flour, or let's say maybe not flour, but you have some other substance, and you want some of it out. You only want the raw stuff, for example. Then all the soft parts will fall out from here. So you are dividing something. That's why you use this, or this over here. Now, don't you understand that in your spiritual walk, you also need to separate certain things? Okay. Let me explain it like this. If, for example, you arrive in a new place, you just bought a house somewhere, you and your family, you go and you live there. Now, what do common people do? They go somewhere after they purchase a house and they want to make friends with the neighbors, because it's very important to be on peaceful relations with your neighbors. That's a good thing. And after a while, they get used to the neighbors and they're there, they're settled. It's their home. They're going to get old there, die there, they will leave it to their kids. That's how common people think. And often they have a mortgage that they take 20 to 30 years to pay off. Okay, that's how common people operate. That's what is settled for, that's what they agree with. When I'm talking to you, believer, you who agrees with Christ. With you, it goes a different way. Let's say you think, oh, maybe it's time for me to have my own house. What's going to happen? Let's say you pray about it. This is what the Lord is going to do. I'm going to use this as a parable now. He's going to use a circumstance which will function as a siever. And then you will be put in that circumstance. And the circumstance will begin to shake like this. So while you're in the circumstance and you're shaking like this, you're thinking, Lord, what the heck is going on? What is this? So you begin to pray and fast. You should think, what is this? I don't want this. And you're doing the right thing. But it keeps going. Now the circumstance may not be right. The circumstance may be bad. The circumstance may be evil. But in this case, the Holy Spirit is using that circumstance to sieve you. And while you're being sieved by the Holy Spirit, curses are broken from you. You're being freed from spells. Dark clouds are falling from you. So negative-minded people disappear from you. You're being sieved. So all the bad stuff the Holy Spirit doesn't want will fall off. And in it, you remain. Okay? Look, if you have a surgeon and someone has cancer near the liver and he needs to cut out the cancer cells, he needs to be very careful that he doesn't cut out parts of the liver with the cancer. So he needs to be very precise, or else he will harm you. Now, what the Lord does is, when he uses a circumstance to sieve you, he is preserving you while getting everything out that's not you, and it will harm you. Okay? So that's what the Lord is doing. He's sieving you. And sometimes a big sieving is needed, and it goes like this. Sometimes you may feel as if you're in a double sieve. I don't know what your circumstances are. That's how the Holy Spirit does things. When it comes to believers, he will sieve you. And how does this translate in practice? Okay, let me give a parable to you. So, let's say your name is John. Or let me use another name. I used to learn the name John often. Patrick. You're Patrick, you and Isabel, your wife, you purchased a house. Okay? And you have a mortgage of 20 years and you're okay with it. Now you move into the neighborhood. Instead of becoming friends with the neighbors are hostile. So it doesn't click, it doesn't match. So you're going to think, oh Lord, what's this? We just purchased a house, now we have issues with the neighbors. We have to live here for the next 20 to 30 years. Oh, our kids need to grow up here. What are we going to do? Remember what I said? Being sieved. What's falling out now? Negative thinking. So negative thinking comes to the surface. So that's being sieved out. So you begin to pray and fast. While you're praying and fasting, you begin to align your thinking more with Christ. So rejection, self-condemnation, addiction, many things are falling off. You had this aunt, Beth. That's the aunt of Isabel. Well, she's not calling anymore. She doesn't. And then some other relatives, you hear they're gossiping about you all behind your back, so they don't want to come near you. They're falling off. And while this is going on, you begin to think, Lord, when will it stop? Come on. It keeps on going. Is the Lord deaf? Are your prayers in vain? No. You're being sieved. And after a while, suddenly, it's over. And you think, oh, what happened? You have been freed. You have been delivered. And there are times it's not you that need any sieving. Okay? There are times you are surrounded by folks that carry a lot of waste with them. And because those folks are not around you, the Spirit will begin to sieve you, so they will fall off from you. For you to have to deal with all those folks individually would tire you, or even get you in trouble. So the Spirit does it for you, begins to sieve you. And look, that's why I said it before in a video I made somewhere in 2016, I believe. I repeated that message in 2017 a few times. I believe in the Remind videos this year also. Look, you should view circumstances in a Christ-centered manner. Some of the issues that you encounter, there are attacks, okay? Don't get me wrong, there are attacks, okay? There are attacks, there is resistance, there's collective witchcraft, all of that. But there are times it's the Holy Spirit using those circumstances as a provision to sieve you. That doesn't mean that the circumstance is good. It doesn't mean you should agree with the circumstance. It doesn't mean you just have to allow it to happen. But the Lord is using a circumstance to provoke you to walk by faith. And while you're walking by faith, you become active. And when you're active, demons have a very hard time trapping you. It's very hard and sometimes even impossible to trap someone that's active. Okay? And here's the thing. Too often, believers get too comfortable. Okay? There's nothing wrong with comfort, okay? But in this case, you had Patrick and Isabel purchasing a house. They were comfortable. This is our house. This is our home. Hold on a minute. The earth is your home. The earth is the Lord's. So for you to limit home to only some physical structure that you have to pay off 30 years to some bank, if you call that home, then you are in idolatry. Okay? You can have that building for practical reasons, but the earth is your home. Okay, that's one thing. Secondly, they didn't look beyond. They didn't look any further. They just thought, this is our house, we're going to live here, we're going to get along with the neighbors, that's it. They didn't examine the neighbors. They didn't pay attention to the potential spells and curses that are haunting the environment. They even examined the people that lived over there. There were so many things they didn't even do that they should have done. You get what I'm saying? Look, they didn't look beyond. They only looked at the surface of stuff. And when you only look at the surface of stuff, anyone can trick you. Predators can trick you, and demons can trick you very easily when you're only looking at the surface of something. So the Holy Spirit used the collective witchcraft of those neighbors to sieve them. The Lord is not in agreement with this collective witchcraft. No, He's not. And He's not going to thank them for conducting such witchcraft on His people. He's not going to do that. He's just used their rebellion as a provision to sieve those believers. Those believers did the right thing by resisting the collective witchcraft. They did the right thing by remaining in prayer. But that's what the Lord wanted them to do. The Lord provoked them to be active. And here's the thing. When Satan wants to destroy you, he will make you very comfortable. He will make you so comfortable that you don't even notice that something is amiss. And once you're so comfortable, suddenly the hitman comes along, snatches you away, and you're dead. That's how Satan operates. He's a smooth criminal, a smooth killer. If he would come with weapons on you directly, you would think, oh, what is this? But he doesn't do it like that. He will come with flowers. He will come with gold. He will come with all kinds of awards. He will come with parties. He'll come with all kinds of stuff. There's nothing wrong with parties, nothing wrong with awards. Well, depending on the context, of course. But he will come with a lot of comfort. He will overwhelm you with comfort from all sides. And when you're so comfortable, your guard is down, you're not alert anymore, you're stuck in a routine. And then one day in a routine, some circumstance comes by and you get cancer, or you get hit by a car, or suddenly someone attacks you, or you become homeless, something bad happens and you're snatched away. That's how Satan operates. When the Holy Spirit leads you into safety, he will make you uncomfortable so that you are active. Because it's in that activity the Holy Spirit wants you. Too often we focus so much on changing the static circumstance around us. The Holy Spirit wants you to be active. Well, I hope this video is being used to see if you also, in any way, in any case, agree with Christ.